Welcome everybody to the Iron Cast. My name is Viktor von Drak and I'm always here together with my buddy Ice. And Ice, what do your elf eyes see if you had elf eyes?
My elf eyes. Okay, my
Your
my
elf eyes.
my elven eyes. What do my elven eyes see? I mean, you gotta point out the Cho'Gath, right? That's probably the first thing that comes to mind in this game as being irregular.
Irregular is a nice word for what we're watching.
Well,
I
Cho'Gath
guess it's
support is not a
irregular.
new idea. You know, Cho'Gath support is a thing that has been done. It's been done with the Everfrost
there's a new
when it was
wave.
still very strong. When the cooldown on Everfrost was a lot lower, Cho'Gath support was better. Oh, this is not good.
No, misfortune, no.
Boy,
And there is first blood for the Nidalee.
that's pain.
And a dark Dingsbum stack. Harvest, that's the word. Yeah.
A dark Dingsbum stack.
A dark Dingsbums, yes. Dingsbums describes everything in German, so forgive me, please.
Yeah.
But back to the AP Cho'Gath, which I'm guessing that's going to be with teleport, nonetheless. And the double heal on the enemy. Morgana has heal and Caitlyn has heal.
I didn't even
They're
see
pretty
that.
afraid of this Cho'Gath if
Aye,
they
aye, aye.
looked at their summoner spells.
Likely not, because if they had read their summoner spells once, just a cursory glance to see what's actually in that thing that I've been using for so long, most of you will discover that heal has the downside that
Oh no, misfortune.
oh good lord,
It's
but
so-
she has
oh,
flashed.
okay,
Oh
okay.
nice, okay.
If
So,
Morgana had hit that, she would have died again.
oh yeah, very likely so, yes. So when you heal, you and the target that you heal both get a debuff that says you don't profit off of the summoner spell heal again. Oh no, sorry, it
another
reduces.
gank. This Nidalee lives
This Nidalee
bot lane.
lives bot lane, yeah.
What the fuck is happening? But she can't do anything really, and that's as good as I expected this mid lane to go. Oh, that's very close. The flash for some reason from Syndra.
Well, the flash auto attack because she wasn't in range and she didn't want Kayle to flash away, which I think was it's a good choice.
Possibility.
It was a possibility, definitely, yeah. It wouldn't be the first time we see someone flash away on 1 HP even though their opponent is not in range to fucking do anything.
Yeah, who hasn't had that? Okay. Is that a good match? A bad matchup for Irelia? I don't really know.
I don't know. Let me think that through. But as I think that through, let me first say something about the runes on Kayle. You have matchups where you can go press the attack on Kayle, namely those are melee
There's
matchups.
the flash from the Jax, low life Irelia, and Jax decides against the jump. He flashed for no reason at all.
That's just excellent. Oh, she stays, but she
Okay,
dies.
there it is, the dive. And another gank by Nidalee.
And
the
another
Terran
one!
takes the kill on Jax. So very sad.
I'm not sure
for
how
Irelia.
Jax actually died there. Oh wait, no, I remember. It's because he didn't have flash.
Yeah, probably.
So press the attack on Kayle is something you would go into a non-threatening melee matchup, very likely, because
Probably.
you'd have a very good chance of proccing it, auto attack, and then do your auto attack, or you auto attack.
What is the? Excuse me. What is this Nidalee doing? She is still in the bot lane.
I think you would call it
still
bullying.
in the bot lane. Is it just farming Dark Harvest stacks?
Maybe.
How much CS? She has 17. No, fuck my life. 17 CS, and there she goes down to MF.
She has
That's bad.
17 Dingsterbooms. This is great.
I'm weird today. It's
That's
not
fine,
a good
it's
day
fine.
to speak English for me. A lot of German things in my head. There the exhaust goes down, and the stun from the Jax will
That
give
should be enough,
a
yeah.
kill to the Jax, and Irelia just dies in the lane.
I think it is a bad matchup for Aurelia.
It seems like it. I mean, Zed is a bad matchup against any melee, I think.
Well, no, there are melees that have adequate counterplay for a set. I'm sure. I can't think of one right now, but I'm sure there are. There has to be.
There has to be maybe a Jax or something.
Maybe.
Or
anything that can very easily dodge his W is gonna have a good time, which Irelia should be. But I think the problem is that very early on you're just so strong with set. Oh, and K. Was that a flash predict? Do you think did Cho'Gath go? She's going to flash there, so IQ there, or do you think that was just a sequence of incompetent events?
And Kale goes kaboom, because Syndra got level 6 sooner.
You gotta
than her.
respect that level 6 on Syndra. That is basically the most dangerous time in the game that you're ever gonna have against a Syndra is when you're level 5 and she's just hit 6.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, if the set had ulted...
so much damage coming out from the set, it's extreme. And he only's got a Doran's shield, but he will go down to the 3.
I'm pretty confident if the set had ulted a little earlier instead of using his W, he could have more reliably killed Nidalee. But, I mean, the W did hit, and he didn't kill, so... won't matter in the end.
It's often like that it doesn't matter, really, because it's so badly played. Oh my god, nice try by Jax there, but Syndra is pretty strong, and Nidalee is pretty strong also.
Good strong spear. Just the magic penetration, that's a thing. On some champions where you have a base damage number that is high enough to where if you overcome the... Oh my god, do I have time for this before someone dies? Probably not.
Probably not.
So, armor and magic resist...
is going to die. Probably. 1, 2, flash.
Okay.
Set has no flash.
So, the armor and magic resist... Basically, that is a number that gives you a certain amount of physical and magical damage reduction, but that's a logarithmic scale, if I'm not mistaken. So the more armor you get, the less every single point of additional armor is worth. The difference between 10 and 11 armor is a lot bigger than the difference between 300 and 301 in numbers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
makes sense.
So... things like the Sorcerer's Shoes that have numbers on them that they reduce the magic pen for. So if you have 15 magic resistance and the Sorcerer Boots lift 10 of that, that is such a very high impact in the early. That some champions who have decent base damage numbers, it's very, very worth it to just buy magic penetration that has not a percentage, but the 18... It's 18? Oh,
yeah, 18 magic penetration.
That's so much.
And Jax just has like 36 magic resistance.
It halves his magic resistance number, which probably means he takes...
more than half.
No, 18 times 2 is 36.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at the armor.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, we have a team fight at the Dragon Pit. It's a fire dragon. Or in German, it's Hell Dragon.
Yeah. It's Hellfire Drake, I think.
Hellfire
Dragon. Yeah.
Is it a Hellfire Dragon? I don't know.
I think so. I think in German it's
I've just
Hellfire
watched some
Drache.
German league. That's so
crazy. German League of Legends casting sounds to German ears pretty terrible.
Yeah. It's too Germanized. Oh, a nice spear there by Nidalee.
That's even more gold going into the pockets of Nidalee, who
Nidalee is
together with
Syndra. A big cat.
Nidalee and Syndra should be about the same gold, I think, but I can check. Oh yeah, it's very close actually. Damn, that's only 50 gold apart for the jungler and the mid laner of the red team.
I mean, you can see at the CS numbers, nobody is really farming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We are 10 minutes in, and Syndra and Nidalee barely scratched the 50 CS mark. Yeah. And there goes Irelia. If you're behind against the set, It's
pain.
basically over. It's so much pain. He has no damage build. He has just a steel caps and a ruby crystal.
Well, he doesn't really need to build damage, right? Because the damage you deal to him, he just throws back in true damage form.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It's nuts.
He's got a hammer now.
Oh, this Nidalee, yeah, you know, maybe this Nidalee has watched some worlds, watched some challenger streams, because she is clearing the blue buff and the Gromp together, which is not a thing you see in low elo. It's not a thing you see in my fucking elo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I still have Canes that start red buff.
Wow.
Or Shakos that want some help.
Yeah. There is a route with Shaco that is faster if you have a pull, but it's not the one people use most of the time.
No, I recently had a Shaco that started Q in the jungle. he reset his own blue buff, I think.
I'ma backstab this.
Yes.
I'ma backstab this buff so hard.
Yes. Oh, who got the Herald?
I can actually see.
Smote it? I don't know.
Nidalee did.
Nidalee has it. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
She's so strong. Oh my god.
She is so
7-2.
This smells a little Smurfy to me.
Does it? Moderation. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, this is speculation, obviously. They might
you
just
don't know. Everybody can have a good or a bad game.
Exactly. I was just
Maybe
about to say.
It's someone who really wanted to climb and watched some stuff, looked at some stuff, tried to learn. I mean, I guess there are people who improve, you know?
Of course.
There should
and the reason I say that it
improve.
smelt Smurfy is because this person is playing...
Good.
No,
Playing
not...
decent.
It's not good. It's a specific way of playing the game that you don't see with people who see kills and deaths as the only measure of...
Survive? She tried to...
She should have jumped on Jax. That would have been good.
Oh, I don't know. I mean... Yeah, I don't know.
It's things like this. And that's how you recognize people who are smurfing most of the time, really. I mean, I guess it's not definitive, and I'm not accusing this person of smurfing. It seems a little bit smurfy to me, because she does things in between the stupid things she does. She moves very efficiently. You know what I mean? Like
this MF, it's so sad. She's just getting kicked all the time.
I don't even feel bad.
I don't know where Shogun is half of the time. He's like top lane and mid lane and roaming around in the jungle, and MF is just trying to farm something, and the bot lane is just getting 3-man dove all the time.
And she's ahead in farm still by 20. That's so sad.
That's another thing that's really, really crazy. She died 3 times. Caitlyn died no time.
Jax just doesn't reactivate a stun, I guess.
Yes. Maybe
Fair enough.
Kale
with no ultimate ready is a very easily found kill by Nidalee there. Yeah. So it's stuff like I guess the best example is, which I pointed out before, is the Gromp and blue buff being cleared together. I've never seen that in anything under gold, and even in gold people don't do it, even on champions that were made to do this. There's the best example being Lilia. Whenever I see a Lilia who is somewhat full on health do the blue buff while the Gromp is alive and not do the Gromp too, it takes the same amount of time. Doing blue buff and Gromp together takes the same amount of time as just doing blue buff. You just lose. Yeah, you know. It's stuff like this, or it's moving over specific walls that look too thick to be moved through with Nidalee jumps. It's stuff like this. I
haven't really paid attention to these things. I'm just happy about the fiestas we're watching.
Oh, I know. Me too. I enjoy that. I just can't turn that part of my brain off. That's
that's why we're doing this
dangerous.
together.
Syndra did not think that there was still so much danger in that area. Wow, that is one spear.
That's a lot of nuts, if you ask me. MF, you're not in this.
Ooh, but the ulti driving Nidalee away, very good, very good.
Oh.
A
Morgana hasn't started with the stopwatch.
A stopwatch
no,
less Morgana ultimate. If you ever build Zhonya's and you have the exact amount of money to buy the Seeker's Arm Guard and the Fiendish Codex, buy the fucking stopwatch, please.
No, as Morgana, you can...
The rune too.
In the runes, start with the stopwatch. Please do that, because you're always gonna be a Zhonya, buy a Zhonya's.
First of all,
so much value. I can't imagine another...
It's 650 gold. It's a rune that gives you 650 gold.
Basically, yeah. And you always want a Zhonya's Hourglass as Morgana. It's the first thing you build. You don't even build a mythic first. You build the Zhonya's Hourglass
No, you
first.
can build a mythic first.
You can.
If you win hard enough.
Yeah, sure. If you go like
but most of the time
in lane.
No, most of the time what I will do, and this is something that feels good for me to play, so I'm not sure if that's...
I still have the feeling that MF is stronger than Caitlyn, alone
because she has mythic items, yeah. She is. Yeah. Currently, she is stronger in a duel for sure. Especially with Caitlyn's having this thing where they just E the enemy, so they move straight back. I have a feeling that we're going to see at some point in this game Misfortune ult and Caitlyn like, haha, I will dodge, and go straight backwards and die anyway. The Cho'Gath taking the blue buff, because why the fuck not?
Yes, see? He's not in lane with them the whole of the time.
That's like trolling.
All of time.
All of the time.
So what? And that's something...
ooh, good, nice flash.
MF.
I mean, I say nice flash, but the nice flash would have been to flash the spear, I guess.
Yeah.
So, maybe that was not the greatest call.
And that's something I wanted to talk about too. I think it's bullshit that someone who gets a kill and feeds has more gold than the Caitlyn who is just...
Well, she farms, that's why she has
best.
more gold. For most of this game, Misfortune was significantly ahead on CS.
Yeah, that too. But she has the kill gold too.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a bit bullshit. I think if you're playing safe and you're playing controlled, and someone is just flaying around, dying and killing,
no
and what
point. But there would be no point to taking risks if that was the case. If the strategy to acquire the most gold would be to hang back and be safe, this would be the most boring fucking game of all time.
True.
I am so confused.
I haven't really paid attention, but the flash...
Do we want to replay this? This seems like a replayable moment for me, because I can't wrap my mind around most of the things that I saw in that fight.
Yeah, you want to pause?
Yeah, you know, let's replay, and then we get back to this moment in time.
And we're back at the Herald fight. We see Seth
just make a sound effect.
Running in.
Ooh,
just
Seth
making the sound
ulting in.
effect. And everybody's jumping in.
Oh, the Kayle ult on the Set as he's being focused,
nice.
very strong. Nidalee's fighting the Set. He doesn't have W anymore, so he will very quickly drop.
And the Caitlyn runs in, flashes back.
That was an excellent flash. That was just great. Nice. That was a flash heal too. This person was like, "Oh, flash healer!"
It's just fist onto the keyboard.
Excellent.
Bang!
Excellent. So I think in this fight, what you can take away from that mostly is that as a Set, you don't want to use your W before the ideal circumstance. Because he was going in and he was being he was just about to be focused by all of the members of the red team when Kayle ulted him, which was a marvelous Kayle ult. The timing on that was excellent. Very. But then Set also proceeded to just press all his buttons. And there's one button in Set's kit that you really want to press at the right time and not before and not after.
I haven't seen... has he used the Gore Drinker?
I'm not sure.
It still does a lot of healing.
It does. There's also Omnivamp still in there. The healing got lessened, though. There was a very strong nerf to...
Oh, very nice by Nidalee there.
I mean, I'm not even sure if
duel with the Kayle, but also very nice by the Kayle. Not gonna lie. No, there's the Caitlyn. You can see her, Caitlyn. What the? Oh, yeah.
Attack move, please.
Please,
guys, just attack move when you're walking around the map. Just attack move.
Why, that's another thing just happened. Everybody is pushing their ultimates, their teamfight ultimates, onto one low health Morgana just to get the kill. I would not recommend MF ulting there.
Wow. Pain. Yeah, me neither. Oh, I had a freeze frame.
Okay. Well, that went poorly said.
Yeah, that didn't go too well. Pings being put down. The red team wants to end this. Someone on the red team, I don't know who. I don't have the chat open. Really wants this game to end.
Yeah. I guess it's Syndra or Nidalee.
You would assume so, yeah.
Well, but even Caitlyn is playing.
But I mean,
Aurelia. Aurelia is a bit of a feeder, not gonna lie.
The call,
but
let's
everyone
go...
else is playing pretty well.
Right, well, the call, let's go mid and fuck him isn't great exactly. We're gonna have to take a short break. And we're back. There were some technical difficulties on our side, so...
We're in the time warp.
We are. A bit of the footage that we recorded past this point has corrupted, so we're gonna have to record a part of this again, which means that potentially we will be referring to parts of the conversation or parts of the cast
that you will never see.
You haven't seen,
and will never see.
And we'll try not to do that as much. A thing I know I've said in that, which I'm gonna repeat now, is that the Jax has largely AP threats on the enemy team. Everything that's dangerous to Jax is AP. So him building a Blade of the Ruined King and armor boots, which we now remember are called plated steel caps, which is absolutely not a
skill caps.
Plated skill caps. Yeah,
that would be a nice item. The skill cap. It just gives like 500 AP and nothing else. It's the skill cap.
The pure skill of 500 AP more than your opponent.
Yeah, it's just the
like something like the stat stick of stoicism.
The what?
The stat stick of stoicism.
Okay, what's that?
Oh, sorry, there was a rotating game mode a while back. I forgot you weren't playing at that time. Where you could, for 7,777 gold, you could buy an item that gave you a little bit of every stat.
Mm-hmm.
And it built out of a zeal, a needlessly large rod, a bit of a health item, a phage, I think. It basically...
So I can't decide what the fuck I want.
Exactly, and it was called the Stat Stick of Stoicism, and it had the old Brutalizer icon on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's great.
I remember that. It's just
no passives, no effects,
stick.
Just the Stat Stick of Stoicism.
Very nice. I approve. They should.
That was very fun.
Bring back, like, not bring back, but make more items, I think. I do feel kind of limited.
They keep adding items currently. Always we see Jax is going in onto the Aurelia, is probably the only person in there he can fight, but this is not a 1v1, it's a team fight. Set will demolish Morgana, which is probably the wrong target. Very good ult by Kayle, keeping him alive a little bit longer. Will they be able to fight against the two fed carries? The answer is a resounding fuck no.
That was nice rep god there from you.
Thanks.
really reminded me of something like Draco's.
Ooh, nice. That is, I will take that compliment.
Yeah,
that is a very, very nice compliment.
You got that.
Well, there's a cadence you can go into that makes that a little bit easier. Where you go up and down between syllables that... Hey, it's not important. And the death of Cho'Gath will swiftly come at the hands of... That's beer. Yep.
Yeah. How would you know that?
Oh, I don't know. Ask OBS how I know that.
Something French. It's a déjà vu. Is it called a déjà vu? Déjà vu?
A déjà vu is when you feel like you've done or seen or heard something before, but but you haven't.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this part before.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why that is. So we see now that
yeah.
the Jax, and we know this, is going to become significantly scarier now that he's started adapting his item build to the things that threaten him the strongest by starting to build into a Wit's End, which if I was in his position, I would likely have built second in conjunction with Mercury Treads. But it's good to see that he thinks about it at all. Well, no, of course he can't 1v5. He probably can't
Nidalee
even...
can because nobody else cares.
Yeah.
MF did not auto-attack the Nidalee there.
That's a
Kayle
death.
now does, and
Very
the
greedy.
exhaust went down.
Very, very greedy.
Yeah. I don't know why she went in there. It's just...
I guess it doesn't matter. They'll still get a lot from this. Syndra is backing a little bit early. They could probably just push this inhibitor much easier with her in there still, and if they would stop attacking caster minions. Looking at you there, Caitlyn.
Back.
She's porting
They
back.
think that's the end push. She's just got the
absolutely
stuff and the Oblivion Orb. So
they want to go in.
Yeah, and it's a
and
nice
so does Jax.
there
I can feel it. Oh, so did Set, but the Syndra pushing him away. So sad.
Yeah, they have so much crowd control and so much poke. Nice flash.
Morgana, do you have Q ready?
She goes back in just for the lulz. Set massive damage
by Set.
Morgana, that's the wrong direction. And the MF ultimate will take down the Irelia, who could not decide whether to help the Morgana, who suicided, or to run away with the rest of them.
I think actually, don't quote me on this, but I think actually that the Irelia dashed through the Set with her Q into his W center, which was part of the reason why there was so much damage going on so many members.
Nice.
Just gonna flash. I think something people don't understand about how Sonya's works, not mechanically, but the way it works in the game in actuality, very nice. Very, very nice. Is that when you Zonyas next to somebody who is a danger to you, they will be a danger to you after also.
Yeah.
And that is something that this Jax, who was the danger in this scenario, did not understand. Because clearly he had that flash ready because he used it on Caitlyn, so he could have just stood by Syndra and done attack move on the ground next to her, and as soon as she came out, bonk, flash to Caitlyn, bonk.
Yeah, but that would require some logic there in the gameplay. But
maybe there's just all of this adrenaline's pumping, you know, you're low on health.
Adrenaline, yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't know how the people are. Maybe somebody's really trying in rank and is really like pumped and adrenaline is flowing because
I'm
there
like
is
that sometimes.
Some stake around it, right? I mean,
well, it's
LP.
It has as much as emotional relevance as you give it. It's not something that league points in League of Legends below Challenger have no inherent value. The value that a league point has is a very philosophical argument, but indulge me here for a second. A league point is worth exactly as much as you're willing to spend to get it in form of emotional hardship, adrenaline rushes, concentration, and time. It's nothing beyond that. It's a digital dick measuring contest.
That's a nice one. A digital dick measuring contest. Yeah, probably. But I don't think on Challenger that LP means something. I mean, it's just standing. It's not because you're rank 5 and above, you're suddenly getting paid or something.
No,
like
but
that.
if you happen to be three of the top
nice
5,
misfortune ultimate.
Very, very strong misfortune ultimate.
Slicing through everybody.
You see, that's what happens when Set and Jax both go in at the same time, and Misfortune happens to also be somewhere near what her ult range is. This is a constellation.
You mean to tell me that there must be some tactical positioning in the game?
Yeah, and also some team play and communication. It's crazy, isn't it?
What? Nah.
A brave new world. We're idiots.
Digital dick measuring content. I love that. And that's something I'm gonna say to somebody the next time they're flaming me because they're like bronze 2 and I'm bronze 3 or something.
Yeah. Congratulations, your internet penis is very marginally longer.
Oh no. Okay, so the kills are almost equal. The gold is almost equal. And blue side has 3 dragons. That's gotta be looking good, right?
Is that gonna be a kill? No, flash away by the misfortune. Caitlyn ulti very likely being blocked.
And
I was gonna say
die.
the Cho'Gath sacrifices himself, but based on that flash away, that was not what he had in mind.
No. I mean, I love Cho'Gath's build.
Oh, Set is going in.
So useless. Set is going
Stun
in.
on
very
4
nice.
people.
Gold drinker. Oh, so much damage. The Kale ultimate was perfect. The Misfortune ultimate was almost perfect.
It wasn't
but
a bad
will
engage.
Kite away.
It wasn't a bad engage, but the Misfortune needed to be a little bit, just a tiny bit further towards the fight for the ultimate, and then they would have won that fight right then and there, you know. A set stun onto 4 people, followed by keeping himself alive very well with a gore drinker and his W. It was a very good engage. It was definitely a very good engage.
Yeah, and
that's death.
Something I do.
Oh
yeah,
boy,
bonk.
that is just that's just frozen
a
in time.
10-year bind Q by Morgana, and Seth has a good idea, but nobody else wants to play with Seth except for Nidalee. Nidalee wants to play, and she wins.
Morgana? Good morning.
She was just typing. Oh, sorry,
probably.
I stole your kill.
Yeah, something like that.
Why are some supports that cute?
Some
I
are.
also had
It's lovely.
Sometimes you have supports that are like so cute. They're always apologizing.
It's very. Sometimes you just have people generally in your game, which are very sweet people, and you're like, oh, that's so nice. And then you have.
How have you survived?
Yeah. How are you still here? Oh, that's so nice. You need to get out here.
Preserve your innocence
before something really bad happens.
Yes. Oh, and Jax is just engaging onto 5 people. That's
nice
not
Misfortune
right.
ultimate, but she's
the
way
MF
too close to the fight.
Is clutch, but not clutch enough. She will fight and die to Nidalee as 26-25 other people have this game. Yeah.
Ooh, and
that's a 10-year binding.
That's a 10-year binding again. Very strong survivability. Still takes Aurelia with him because Aurelia, man, this Aurelia.
Aurelia has a bad.
This
game.
Aurelia was just gifted about as much LP as she has died in this game.
Probably, yeah.
Ooh boy.
Oh no, that was a quick end to a game I thought was pretty even. Not gonna lie.
Well, there was always that thing where there was 2 players on the red team. On the left, on the blue side, on the blue side, it was sort of even, you know. Set was playing well, but he didn't have a lot of resources necessarily. Kale was ulting the right targets at the right times, which is commendable, but not exactly a being 26-7. Yeah. Jax was starting to become a threat after buying the magic resist that he's definitely sorely needed. But on the red side, you just had 2 people where if they don't die instantly, the fight is fucking over.
Yeah, and Jax just keeps on trying to 1v5 against casters. That's not what you want.
Well, you can see that in the death timers even now, as the game has ended, is that he's the first one to come up of the people who have died. Also, Cho'Gath was pushing bot lane.
Cho'Gath was never in the thick of it.
I don't think that changes the situation much, unfortunately, as this Cho'Gath wasn't really doing much anyway.
Yeah, well, he has a lot of farm as a support, and that's what matters, right?
Excellent. More than the Jax. Jesus, that's painful.
Yeah.
And more than the Caitlyn.
He was just split pushing the whole game. Well, anyway, if you like this video, please do all the YouTube stuff, with the bell and the thumbs. And we'll see you next time.
On the Ironcast.